John Hipp and I and his student did a paper on the spatial distribution of networks. So and they developed, I kind of just helped, but they pioneered a way of redrawing maps in a fashion that is informed by social networks. And so, what we think of as a neighborhood, the census tells us what is a neighborhood, and we have like mental maps of what neighborhoods are like. But this was another way of thinking about a neighborhood that was based on actual social ties, that, so where there was clustering in space in terms of, both in space and social space, they helped develop a technique of redrawing the map of neighborhoods based on that information. And it looks different than census defined neighborhoods, and it makes some more sense. Obviously, it's not, most of the time, certainly the census does not have that information. They can't use that, but it points towards some interesting potential.
Were the social networks segregated in any particular way?
Yes. There's quite a bit of variation in on racial segregation. You see almost, so there's a way of measuring segregation in a network by any category, which ranges from 1 to -1, and it's all relative to the chance expectation. So and 0 would be that basically the ties are randomly assigned, that they're no different than what you would expect them to look like by chance. And where 1 would be all of the ties are within category, and -1 would be all the ties are cross category. So if you're thinking about romantic ties in a purely heterosexual environment, that's gonna be a -1. Everybody's partnered up with someone who is different from them. And so our schools the schools in the study all have something above 0, but there was quite a bit of variation in how socially integrated the schools are, and that is one of the questions I'm working on right now with one of my graduate students. And so we don't have the answers to the implications of that yet, but one of the interesting things we do know is that however segregated, so racially segregated the friendship networks are,